What's good, Casey Fail Wrestling Takes fam? This your boy Casey Fail with the Wrestling Takes. Here to give you my AEW review. Sorry it took so long. Like I said, y'all, I'm a working man. I got my regular position that I do, and then I also do my side business on the side. So it's like I really hardly have it at home. I really don't have the time to do it. And the quality with my phone, I just don't like to do videos with my phone like how I used to. I used to just take my phone and record with my phone, but I'm like, no, I want to give y'all the professional look. Now, this is not as professional as I want it to be. However, I got the camera facing the wall because, like I said, it's too much mess up in the house. I don't want y'all seeing what's going on. So, anyway, let's go ahead and dig into this. So, first of all, as usual, Dynamite always does what they do. It's always sometimes there's weeks where the show you just ain't feeling, but for the most part, they keep the stories going. That's what I love about it. They keep the stories going. They keep you intrigued. They keep you wanting to come back. And that's what I enjoy about it. Now, I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not into the big 50 billion man tag team matches. These 10 on 10, 12 on 12. It's just too much because you got everybody trying to do their spot and everything and all that. But I will give them kudos to this one because the production of this match was pretty decent. I like the storylines that was being told. We opened up the show. We have Dark Order featuring Cobra Banner and the Elite featuring who was on the Elite's team? Oh, FTR. So we got the storylines that's been going on with them. Well, they matches usually was all over the place, but now I'm assuming this is a storyline injury. One of the members of FTR got injured, and so after he got injured, well, now you would think Hangman Page would be still out there with the fellas, but he went in the back with the other member of FTR and left Kenny and the Young Bucks stranded. So it went from being a 12 man match to a 3-on-6. So it went from 6-on-6 to 3-on-6. So as usual, the baby faces getting beat up. Young Bucks couldn't do nothing. Kenny and them couldn't do nothing. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I first got introduced to the Dark Order, I didn't know who these clowns was. I didn't know who they were. I just couldn't get into them and all that. Now the Dark Order is one of the top tag teams, and I like them. I'm not for all that Illuminati cult bull crap because that's exactly what it is. But that's what the gimmick is. So and I like Brody Lee. So they was beating the brakes off of him. Who tries to come to the rescue? Heyman Page. He comes out, does moves, he does all that everything, but it just wasn't enough. Brody Lee does one of the monster clotheslines, lays him out, and the Dark Order get the victory. There you have it. They got it. So they continue in the storyline and keeping it moving. So next, after that, we go to the best friends. So earlier today they showed the best friends arriving, and before they arrived, they got on the phone with Trent Beretta's mama because they didn't really have a way up to the show. So they asked if he could use his mom's minivan. Her name is Sue. She said, no problem, you can use it as long as nothing bad happens to it. So they showed them arriving and showing up and everything, right? So next, see, we cut to John Moxley. John Moxley is sitting on the stairs and he's cutting a promo talking about his opponent later tonight. He's challenging Darby Allin for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And he cuts a decent promo. He puts over the man like crazy. He says Darby Allin is one of his favorite wrestlers in the company. And he remembered the last time they wrestled. He said he almost broke his neck. And he was telling him, I really don't want to wrestle you. Because if I do, I don't want to injure and destroy your career. And he put him over. He said he used to wrestle ghosts. People used to tell him, don't do this match. Don't have that death match. Don't do this. But he just the type that says he didn't give a crap. He's going to do it. So after that, we get Proud and Powerful taking on the best friends. Now, this was a solid tag team match. I like this because these are two underrated tag teams that you have. You have Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz. Now, we already know Ortiz is extremely goofy. They're just goofy. All the goofy stuff he be doing. And Chucky T and Trent Beretta, they have come into their own, because At first, you know, all I thought was they just come out just hugging everybody all the time. Well, they are well established. Like I said, everybody knew who Trent Barrella was. I just didn't know who Chuck T was. And so, with the match going on with this, you would have thought Proud and Powerful would have got the victory, but they didn't because they've been building Proud and Powerful a lot. Proud and Powerful been winning matches after matches after match. So you think, okay, maybe we'll give it to them, but they said no, we're gonna give it to the baby faces. But what happens later on is a result of them beating them. Best friends go over with this match. So after this, we got MJF cutting a campaign promo with his campaign team. MJF is one of the hottest up and coming superstars in the wrestling business today. Young man can cut a promo out his behind, left and right. He can talk his tail off till he blue in the face. Dude is it. I told y'all in my other video I was not a fan of him because, see, in order for me to become in order for me to like you, you got to be everything. You got to be not only good in the mic, you got to be good in the ring. And he sure wasn't impressing me in the ring. I see him wrestle, I say, this guy is garbage. What got me to really get into MJF, because like I said, he won me over with the promos, but I wanted to see, can you go in the ring? The match he had with Cody, it was underwhelming if you ask me. It was okay, but it was very underwhelming. The match he had with Jungle Boy, that was a 5-star classic in my opinion. I said, okay, this young man is ready. He is ready to take over AEW. He keeps saying he is the face of AEW. He ain't mad about that. Now, this promo that he cut with the campaign team, disrespecting everybody and saying all the dumb stuff he was doing, I'll be honest with you, I feel like it was weak. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all can take it and believe it if you want. If y'all liked it, that's fine. But I just thought it was weak. It was one of his weakest ones. So after he cuts the promo, they cut directly to Matt Hardy in the ring. And Matt Hardy is pretty much talking about how he's very excited to see his, I call him the manager. And I feel like he's pretty much taking the managerial role of Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quan. And he pretty much says, these young men have my back. If they ever need me, I got them. Then he starts talking about Sammy Guevara. He said, I told that dude to get away from Chris Jericho because Chris Jericho has corrupted his mind. He has destroyed him. And now he decided to seal his fate. I don't want nothing to do with him. So he's going on belly aching. Meanwhile, you see him easing up, trying to do a sneak attack. But Matt Hardy said, I know you're right behind me. And as soon as he said that and turned around, they started going at him. This side of Sammy Guevara is what we all been waiting on. This young man he impressed me from the get-go. The match he had with Cody Rhodes, that opener on the very first episode of Dynamite, I didn't like how his gimmick and all that when he was coming out. But the dude, when I said, oh, this young man can go. This young man can go. I said, okay, sir, okay. We got the vicious Sammy Guevara. We got no playing around. Because, see, Sammy be clowning him like, oh, he wasn't clowning on Wednesday night. He destroyed Matt Hardy. He busted him open. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a certain move he did when he went through the table or him throwing the chair. And I'm not sure exactly what did it. But he opened Matt up like a savage. I said, Sammy Guevara went ape on him. He went nuts. That's what I'm talking about. I like it. That's what I'm all for. I'm all for that and everything. You know what I'm saying? So next, we cut to Proud and Powerful in the back, but they outside with Trent Barella's mom's SUV, the van minivan, and they pretty much said, "You fellas done messed up, and we're gonna show you how hood we is." They went savage. They destroyed his mother's van. They beat the brakes off it. They graffitied it up. I mean, they just went straight hood. They was some hoodlums. And so Trent Beretta and them, they seen it, and later on, they would address the situation. So obviously, they called them out and said, we want a rematch. So obviously, we're going to get the rematch, and I believe it's going to be at All Out. So next, now, for the last couple of weeks, Cody has been defending the TNT Championship against some mystery opponent every week on Dynamite. But this particular week, because last week he got jumped by two of the members of Dark Order. I cannot tell you their names. I think one of them was Alex something, and I'm not sure. Y'all know him. Y'all watch it. I do too. I should know it, but like I said, I don't, because they jumped him, and formerly known as Zack Ryder came to his rescue. They decided, okay, we're gonna have a tag team match. Now, this is one of my pet peeves about AEW. Like I said, I love AEW. AEW is where it's at. You want to watch wrestling, you better watch some AEW. But I think they just have way too many tag team matches. Like, if you're going to have a lot of tag team matches, at least spread them out with a singles match. These clowns be having 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I'm like, the whole show dang near be attacked. I'm like, y'all, can y'all spread them out? I know y'all want to get everybody and their mama on the show, but can you spread them out? Don't put them back to back to back to back, because the cats get drawn out. Now, I'm not saying that the matches don't be good and everything, but it's just you just get drawn out. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was pretty much watching this match because we wanted to see, okay, you no longer at the prison over there in WWE. Let's see what you got. This young man looked like he was ready to go. He said, yo, if you give me a ring, I'm about to tear that stuff up. He looked good. He looked good from the little bit that I got an opportunity to see him with Cody. And obviously, you knew they was going to get the victory. But the little bit that chance that I got to see him with, I said, okay, all right. So they won the match. So as they was walking out, Cody and them bumped into Scorpion Sky. Scorpion Sky on Dark cut an excellent promo. I still haven't watched it, but I seen the clips online. I didn't watch the clip, but I see everybody talk about it. They said it was an outstanding promo because they really want to start pushing Mr. Scorpion Sky solo. They want to push his solo career, whatever. So next week we're getting Sky versus Cody Rhodes for the TNT Championship. Now a lot of the fans believe that Matt Cardona is going to turn on Cody, which is going to result in Scorpion Sky becoming your new TNT TNT champion. Listen, y'all. I think that could happen, but when you listen, y'all already know when we get into the championship match, I really have no hope. I'm serious. I know this isn't the WWE, but you get used to seeing your people get into matches and they lose all the time, especially when it comes to the championship matches. So you don't really think they're gonna win. So I'm not sure if Sky's gonna win. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I personally think Sky should be getting pushed for the AEW championship. That's just my personal opinion. But I know why they're doing this. They want to build them up slow. If he is about to become the next TNT champion. But we don't only time will tell. We're gonna find out next week. So we got to Tripperelli and Chucky T. They said you guys have made a terrible mistake. You destroyed my mother's car, and you think we're gonna let that bull crap go? Fine. You want another butt weapon? Sure, we're glad to kick your ass again. So obviously they're gonna get a rematch, which like I said, is gonna possibly be at All Out, which I think that's gonna be. So now let's get to the moments of the night. This was the moment of the night. The great debate. Chris Jericho versus the non-talking man, Mr. Cool himself, Mr. Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy. Let's talk about it. All right, so first, let's find out who the special guest moderator was. Now, I already knew what it was because Idiots Online was exposing it. That's why I'm like, man, listen, y'all, social media, I feel like it's killed wrestling. It has killed it because to me, like, certain things surprise me. Like AEW do their best to surprise. AEW does their best. NXT used to, but because they becoming more main roster-ish, I really, it's like I don't get surprised anymore. And sometimes when you got social media, everybody is exposing everything left and right. So nothing is no longer a surprise because everybody know everything before it happened. So news broke that Eric Bischoff was going to be the special guest moderator. I said, man, here we go again. Social media exposing wrestling. Like I said, nothing's a secret anymore. It's like, man, I miss the days when I didn't know nothing. When I turned on the show and whatever happened, and that's what did it, and you seen it, and you was like amazed. Now you see stuff Stuff don't get you no more. Stuff don't. It really don't. You know what I mean? But anyway, this segment was awesome. So Bishop asked the first question. Jericho, as usual, gets his cocky remark, his cocky response. Switch over to Mr. Orange Cassidy. Nothing. The second question is the one that stood out. This question had nothing to do with either one of them. Eric Bischoff asked, "What is your opinion on global warming or something like that?" Jericho was like, "Bruh, this ain't got nothing to do with the match. Man. What the heck? Why are you even bother asking this question?" Next question. Then, as soon as he said that, Orange Cassidy made one of the most goofiest sounding grunts I've ever heard. I said, "What?" And after he made that goofy sounding grunt, he gave one of the most educated responses I've ever heard when it comes to global warming. I said, "This young man can actually talk." I said, "This dude can talk." I said, "Man, he can talk." I said, "Man, AEW got everybody, man." This is why I say AEW is starting to become one of my favorite wrestling promotions right now. I'm loving it. I'm falling in love with the company every day. I got my issues on it. If you look, I talked about it. You go look at the older videos. I spoke out on one of my issues, and I'm gonna go in on another issue coming up after this. So he gives his educated answer. Chris Jericho's response, his reaction was just priceless. He had that look on his face like, "You mean to tell me you can talk this whole time?" And because of that response, Eric Bischoff automatically just said he was going to win. So they asked one more question about regardless of who wins this match, the victory, what does this mean? Oh, and also this match has a very vital key point to it. $7,000 is on the line. If Jericho wins, Orange Cassidy must pay $7,000 to get his suit that he ruined 2 weeks ago when they dropped all that orange juice on him. So that's the key of the match. The key of the match is $7,000 on the line. If Orange Cassidy wins, he ain't got to pay nothing. If he loses, he must pay to get Chris Jericho's suit coat cleansed or whatever. Now, who the heck finna walk around with a dirty, old stank, juice-infested suit coat that you ain't even bother taking it to the dry cleaners yourself? You gonna keep walking around. But I know why they doing it for story, but I'm talking in real life. You know what I'm saying? So they asked the question. Chris Jericho said what he had to say. Orange Cassidy said he cut an excellent promo and told him, "All right, let's say you do lose," because he had called him an embarrassment. Chris Jericho called Orange Cassidy, "You're nothing but an embarrassment." He talked about, "I used to beat up kids like you in high school, take your girlfriend, beat you up, and all that crazy stuff." He told him, he said, "Look, man, what if you do lose to this embarrassment?" He said, that's what he basically said. He said, "You can ready to get the best of." I'm pretty much, putting it in my own words. He said, "You about to get the best of the best of the best." Pretty much, it kind of reminded me of the Rock's promo of what he told Stone Cold going into WrestleMania 17, if I'm not mistaken. That's the vibes I got off of that promo. So after he said that, Eric Bischoff basically declared Orange Cassidy as the winner of the debate. Well, why did he do that? He pretty much said, and that's why I still ain't like you 20 years later. Well, I don't know why I even called you here. I'm like, Chris Jericho is a complete idiot. Yeah, like I said, he's a clown, but that's why everybody loves him. So after they did that, his bodyguard, Mr. Jake Hager, was standing right there, and you should know what they did. They beat the snot out of Orange Cassidy and left him laying there looking like a complete clown. So next, we get to the one and only women's match that really wasn't even supposed to be on the show because they squeezed it on in. Last week, Britt Baker said if Big Swole wants to take a shot at her at All Out, she's going to have to face the wrestling opponent of her choosing. And I did not want it to be this lady. I wanted it to be somebody who could possibly go. They threw Reba up in there, her assistant. I'm sorry, y'all. I like Reba being Britt Baker's assistant. That's it. She does not belong in the ring. That's just my opinion. She does not belong in the ring. And I feel like it pushed Big Swole down. I know this was a squash match with Big Swole, but I would prefer they gave somebody who can actually go. You give Big Swole and them 10 minutes to show me something. And I know Big Swole can go. But I wanted her, I didn't want her to go against somebody that can't go because it just looks all trash. You expect Big Swole to carry the match against somebody who can't wrestle. It's just not going to look good, man. It's just not going to look good. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. So anyway, after the Big Swole wins easy. She wins. Like she did. I forgot what her finish is. It's some kind of roundhouse kick or something like that. Then so next after that, we get to the main event. Now, Taz had made a very special key announcement earlier. He said management is terrible. He said, how the heck did Brian Cage and Ricky Starks get banned from this whole match? They was banned from the arena for that day, so they was suspended for that week. They couldn't be there. So we get John Moxley taking on Darby Allin for the AEW World Championship. Yo, this, I believe, outside the tag team match between Proud and Powerful and Best Friends, this was honestly the match of the night. John Moxley, listen, y'all. I'm honest with you. I was not a fan of Darby. I was not a fan of Dean Ambrose over in the WWE. I wasn't. I felt like he was just another guy hanging out with Roman himself. Because those two was the standouts. He was just the middle guy. Comes over to AEW and just runs with it. Cutting promos out his tail. Showing us what he can do in the ring. And then this Darby Allin guy, Mr. Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what I call him with that skeleton face paint. These two put on a great match. I want to talk about the goofy stuff that happened. Now, randomly as the wrestler, Warlow old behind comes walking out. I'm like, what's this clown doing? Why is he coming out there as playing a huge distraction? He walks out distracting the referee ain't seeing what's going on in the crowd. Who hops out the crowd? MJF hops out the crowd, takes the AEW World title, knocks out John Moxley, busts him wide open. Moxley bleeding like crazy. Darby Allin said, I'm going to take advantage of this. Darby Allin does his finisher on him, and I'm not playing with y'all. Darby Allin won this title by that much. He almost won. Cause I said, dang, John Moxley barely kicked out. I said, shoot, he almost lost. Now, he was talking all that foolishness in his promo, talking about that wrestling against Darby Allin was a joke with that, which, MJF, just talking outside of the neck. So, we get MJF doing that foolishness because he figured he would rather want to wrestle Darby Allin because he could get a quicker victory off of Darby than John Moxley. So he was feeling some kind of way when John Moxley eventually won the match. He was feeling some kind of way because they showed him in the back. He was cussing up and everything. Obviously, he wanted Darby to win that match. He was talking all that foolishness, talking about he didn't want to wrestle a 125-pound emo kid, some kind of clown stuff. That's what he had said when she was lying through his teeth. So, like I said, man, the storytelling for this show is out this world. I give them praise on the storytelling all the time. I give them praise on the main event scene. I give them praise on the tag team scene. But what I would call them out on is they need to get their women's stuff straight. You got to get that up. I am coming with y'all with a video about Miss Brandy Rose. I'm going to dissect the whole thing. I'm going to give everything on my heart about the situation and everything because, like I said, her situation is twofold. I'm going to criticize her, but also I'm going to come to her aid. So, like I said, this is my AEW review. What do y'all think? Did y'all think this is a great... Oh, how the heck can I forget? And the ratings. AEW was 99,000 away from 1 million viewers. They did 901,000 views. That's pretty good for a t-shirt company, according to Vince McMahon. That's very good. NXT did about 773, I think. That's good as well. But I'm really hoping, like I said, Wednesday night should be the night where everybody watch wrestling. But sadly, so many people are still connected with WWE and they feel like Raw and SmackDown are the better shows, which is a lie from the pit of hell. But that's their opinion and they're entitled to it. So anyway, y'all, what do y'all think? Did y'all like the show? Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. For people who want to get me out there, share the video, like, subscribe. New subscribers, I appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate everybody who be messing with me and everything. Y'all know where to pick me up. I'm always on Twitter. I'm always open. Like I said, I may be working, but like I said, if you get at me, you will get a response. Trust me, you will. Just like I said, add me. Add my Twitter is at Beats, as BEATS 2 Blessing, no S. At BEATS, the number 2 Blessing on Twitter. This your boy KC Field with that KC Field Wrestling Takes. I'll let me.